1 year ago today, we decided to start Today is an Adventure Day. We have always loved going out camping and exploring different places and having various outings, and our friends and family were always asking us questions about what did you do this weekend? What did you do this weekend? And we started taking some pictures and video, and at that point just decided to jump all the way in and start putting out videos, and we've done it now for a whole year, every week.
I know, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so as we look back, we have so many fantastic memories. We're so appreciative of all of you for watching these crazy videos and supporting us along the way. We're so excited to be over 1,000 subscribers, and we just appreciate all the comments and encouragement that we've gotten along the way.
Yep, so to kind of recap our first year as a YouTube channel, we each decided to write down on a piece of paper, little scraps right here, we had to come up with our top 3 adventures that we had over our first year and our top 3 videos. So that they could overlap, but the adventure means more like what was the thing that we had the most fun going out doing that we would love to go out and do again. And then top 3 videos would be which videos do we like always go rewatch over and over again because we love watching that video so much. So we haven't shared our answers yet. We've got them here. So we don't know how much we overlapped or if we did it all. And so we're gonna share those with you now.
All right, well, let's just jump right on in. What was number 3 video for you?
Okay, number 3 video for me is Sally Barber Mine Trail.
Oh, we love that one. That was, I had to say, I put a couple honorable mention. Sally Barber was my number 4, so we're right there close. That was an awesome trail.
It was, and I love rewatching that one. First of all, because Colorado is kind of my favorite place on earth. And so anytime I can kind of relive being in Colorado makes me happy. But I love that one because of Jasper and the snow zoomies. And it just makes my heart just melt every time I watch him burying his face down in the snow. I also love the drone footage that we have on that. We did a really fun follow me on that turned out nice. That just kind of makes me happy too. And you know, old cool mine. It just fills me with happiness and joy.
Yeah, well, that's a great choice. My number 3 was camping with a dog. And as anyone who knows us or follows the channel, that good old Jasper is never far behind. And we thought, well, we would make a video about that. And it's on my videos list of number 3 because it was a little more unique. It was camping from a dog's perspective. And we just had a lot of fun brainstorming on what we were going to include and then shooting it and putting it together. And so, Jasper, we appreciate your contribution to that video.
For sure. That is a cute one. It was hard not to put that on there because I do watch that one.
Was it on your list?
It did not make my top 3.
Okay, so going on then, what's your number 2?
Okay, so my number 2 is Pedestal Rocks. So that is one of my favorite trails to hike in Arkansas. And when we filmed the video on this, I got to see some things from perspectives that I've never seen before because we had the drone. And so when we had that drone do the fly out and then actually kind of go around.
Kind of looking at the rim.
Yes, of where you could actually see the pedestals. That was amazing to get to see that perspective of someplace that we have gone for years and have hiked this trail so many times. And when we went, we did both loops. We also did the King's Bluff trail with it, which the waterfalls were flowing that day. And we got, again, another really awesome shot of the waterfall with the drone stuff. And so because you know, happy memories tied to it, but just the beauty of the footage on that, it made my top 3.
Yeah, that's a great choice. Hard to debate that. By the way, Pedestal Rocks was my number 5.
You're not supposed to have 5.
I know, it's okay.
Cheater.
My number 2, Echo Bluff. I think the video came together well. I was proud of that one on just the whole sequence and the scope of what it showed of that state park. Yeah. It really is our favorite state park in Missouri. There's so much that is offered there. It's a great launching point for things that are outside of the Echo Bluff property, whether it's Alley Mill or Rocky Falls. So many other great hikes in the area. But right there on the Echo Bluff property, you have the enormous lodge, the beautiful rooms that are there, the nice restaurant, You have the fire pit and fire ring, the gorgeous bluff behind it, which is Echo Bluff and Sinking Creek. You have the interesting playground stuff. You have, and then you have the nice campground, which is also well done. It's brand new. So I really enjoy not only that place, but I thought that the video did a good job of highlighting the beauty of Echo Bluff. All right, I have a feeling we may have some overlap. What was your number one? Let's just say it. Ready? Ready, set, go.
Dominguez. That does not surprise me.
Yeah, so it was our number one both ways. And why does that video bring you so much joy?
All three of mine have been about drone footage on these. These were places where we were actually allowed to fly our drone, and we got gorgeous shots. That's another one where we have a really awesome follow me on there. I love the shots that we have of Jasper going down the trail. That just cracks me up every time I watch it. And because that was such a unique hike, getting to see those bluffs and all that beauty and no one around us, we watch that video all the time.
Yeah, it definitely brings us back such happy memories of that Colorado summer vacation. Yeah. So that's great. So that brings us over to our adventures side. And the adventures, the reason why this list might be a little different is these adventures might be what would we love to go back and do again or explore a little bit more. And so what was your number three?
My number three, I don't think this will surprise you because you know what I like the most when I go out to go hiking and stuff. My number three was our Nashville waterfalls.
Oh yeah, we were blessed to go to Tennessee for a work convention, and while we were there, we had a little bit of extra time to do some exploring and watching those waterfalls. It had just rained. They had, in fact, terrible flooding in the area. Yes. Some of the parks were even closed or sections of them restricted. But man, just the thunderous waterfalls and the just explosive power of the water, it was amazing.
And we got to see so many beautiful ones that day. So when I want a good waterfall fix, that's a fun video to watch, and I cannot wait until we get to go back to Nashville to go back and visit some of those same waterfalls. And there were some other ones that were closed again because of the flooding that I'm hoping that we get to go to again. We have it scheduled for this summer. Things are looking a little questionable because of the whole COVID-19 stuff going on right now, but I'm hopeful, and at some point, no matter what, we'll be back to see those waterfalls in Nashville.
Nashville waterfalls was my number four. So that brings me to my number three, which is Dominguez. And I think we've done a good job talking about Dominguez. But as an adventure, I cannot wait to go back. The one thing we didn't talk about previously was just the quiet expanse of that whole Escalante area, which was just beautiful. It was very different than anything that we have seen before, and I loved just being so alone and quiet out there. It was just an amazing feeling. I can't wait to go have that feeling again. It's beautiful. All right, number two.
All right, my number two adventure from last year. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we got to do this one, and we barely got to do it, and that was Joshua Tree.
Oh, Joshua Tree. That was my number two.
No way!
Number two, Joshua Tree. Nice. So we tied on that one. Once again, we had the blessing of getting out to California on a work trip, and luckily Cindy was able to go with me, and we had this much free time while we were out there. We had the opportunity to get out to Joshua Tree, and we had exactly 3 hours in the park. That was it. And so our video is actually talking about the best use of 3 hours if that's all you have to experience Joshua Tree. So I agree. I'm ready to go back and spend more than 3 hours.
3 days, 3 weeks. I mean, it's gorgeous. So, yep, love Joshua Tree.
That's my number two as well. What's your number one?
Okay, so my number one is Dominguez. That was by far my favorite thing that we did. Have I mentioned that enough? I mean, we just have never done a hike like that. We've never done a hike in that kind of environment before, and it just blew me away. And we hardly got to explore any of that area because that trail is just miles and miles long, and it was really hot when we were there. I want to go back when we can set out first thing in the day when it's a little cooler and go for miles. I love that one. All right, so what's your number one?
My number one is the Ouray Perimeter Trail, which may not be your number one, but it certainly is my number one. That was kind of a touchy day because Cindy got really nervous on the cliffy edge of that trail. But one of the things I loved on that trail were the incredible views of the Ouray Valley with the town nestled there. I really loved the baby bathtubs portion of the hike and watching the river running through
and the
it.
big waterfalls. I mean, Fox Canyon, all that. Yeah, there's so
that whole area.
So I loved Ouray anyway, so I would totally want to go back and do that. You know, we just happened. It's a loop trail, and there is one spot of it that is just over a mile long, right? That is on the edge of a cliff. And if you do read any reviews of the trail, you know, most people say, oh, it's a great trail, family friendly, except for this one section. Well, we started off on that one section. So had we known, maybe we could have gone the opposite direction and then stopped at the big waterfall, and then I wouldn't have had to have done that section, the scary section at all. So
definitely ready to go back and experience Ouray again, because that was fantastic. So that was my number one. We have been blessed with so many opportunities this year. Even most recently, we were able to, before the COVID scare, we were able to get to Florida for kind of a spring break getaway, and we were able to enjoy so many beautiful spots down there in Florida.
Beautiful state
Grayton Park State Park, Grayton Beach State Park, and just so many things. When we were on our California trip, seeing the blue whale right there next to it on the whale watching trip, we have just been blessed with so many adventures. We had incredible
adventures in this one year, and I can't wait for more. I know that, you know, this next year may be a little bit, we've got a great year planned, and we hope that you guys are going to come along with us.
Well, the blessing and the message that we hope to give to you is that you don't have to travel to Florida or California to have an adventure. There are so many wonderful places, and some of the things on our very top list are right here close to home. So get out and explore, because today is an adventure day.